The ultimate top 10 most dependable trucks with everlasting engines. Behind every iconic truck lies a formidable engine that simply won't quit, and today we're exploring the dependable trucks that have truly endured the ages. These vehicles weren't merely constructed. They were crafted for excellence, driven by engines so resilient they've become legends in their own right. From rugged trail juggernauts to relentless workhorses, these are the most enduring trucks that didn't just transport people. They transformed industries, earning the trust and devotion of millions. Whether mastering tough landscapes or devouring highway miles, these trucks redefine what it means to be unyielding. Welcome to the ultimate top 10 most dependable trucks with everlasting engines, a countdown of the toughest, most indestructible power plants in automotive history. So before we kick things off, don't forget to tap like on the SUV Detective channel, comment on your favorite everlasting engine, and spread the word to keep the legacy of these icons alive. Let's dive in. Dodge D-Series and Ram trucks. Chrysler Slant 6 225. Let's discuss a true icon, the Chrysler Slant 6 225. If you're unfamiliar with it, get ready. Produced from 1960 to 1987, this inline six wasn't just dependable, it was virtually indomitable. Nicknamed the slanted titan of strength for its 30-degree tilt, this wasn't merely a design choice. That tilt enabled superior oil drainage and enhanced lubrication, which meant less wear, cooler performance, and extended life. We're talking a forged steel crankshaft, 7 main bearings, and a cooling system so robust it could probably cool a small town. Here's the real stunner. These engines regularly hit 400,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and basic upkeep. Mechanics adored them, easy to repair, tough to destroy, and they weren't sluggish either. In the early 70s, high-performance versions delivered up to 145 horsepower and 215 pound-feet of torque, which was ample for trucks back then. But here's the hidden gem. Chrysler originally designed the Slant 6 for aluminum blocks, lighter and more efficient. While most ended up cast iron due to cost, a rare aluminum block version exists, and it's the holy grail of Mopar engines. Find one today, chances are it's still running, still dependable, and still making people say they don't craft them like that anymore. Ford F-Series 4.9-liter inline six, the 300i6. Now this is Ford's overlooked champion, the 4.9-liter inline six, also known as the iconic 300. i6 powered the F-Series from 1965 all the way to 1996, over 3 decades of pure reliability. It wasn't glamorous, but man, it was indestructible. Built with a 7 main bearing crankshaft, a deep skirt block, and a gear-driven camshaft, this engine wasn't just crafted, it was over-engineered. It had oversized cooling passages, a high-capacity oiling system, and no timing belts to worry about. Just pure mechanical simplicity that ran like a fortress. And the numbers. This thing regularly hit 400,000 to 500,000 miles without needing a rebuild. Some even pushed past 600,000 with just basic maintenance. That's not just reliability, that's epic. What made it a juggernaut wasn't high horsepower, it was torque. The 300i6 delivered 265 pound-feet at low RPM, making it ideal for towing, hauling, or plowing snow all day long. You could load it down, beat it up, and it'd still fire up like nothing happened. Here's the surprising part. This engine was so rugged, Ford even used it in industrial equipment and generators. That's how much confidence they had in it. If dependability had an engine bay, it'd have a 300 inline six under the hood. Chevrolet Silverado 5.3-liter Vortec V8. Meet the LM7 5.3-liter Vortec V8, the overlooked champion under the hood of the 1999 to 2006 Chevy Silverado. This engine wasn't just built to operate, it was built to keep operating no matter what you threw at it. Picture it as a working-class V8 with the stamina of a marathoner and the grit of a pit bull. With 285 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque, the LM7 wasn't aiming to win drag races. It was built to tow, haul, cruise, and never falter. Its cast iron block gave it serious strength, while aluminum heads helped manage heat like a master. Add to that a sequential fuel injection system so precise, It squeezed out both performance and surprising fuel efficiency. The real boast, these engines routinely pass 350,000 miles. Some even push past 500,000 with just regular maintenance. No fuss, no failures, just dependable V8 power. The LM7 was part of GM's Gen 3 small block family, a foundation so solid it paved the way for today's LS engines. So yeah, the LM7 didn't just endure, it helped forge the legacy of modern Chevy performance. If engines had loyal companions, this would be yours. Reliable, rugged, and always ready for the next journey. Chevrolet CK Series 5.7 liter, small block V8. When it comes to iconic truck engines, the L31 5.7 liter, small block V8 in the Chevy CK series is undeniably legendary. Produced from 1973 to 2000, this engine was the last and most refined version of the original small block Chevy, and it went out with a roar. This thing was a powerhouse, 255 horsepower, 330 pound-feet of torque, and the kind of classic grunt that made it perfect for towing, hauling, or just cruising the highway like you ruled it. But what really made it iconic: longevity. With 4-bolt main bearing caps, a hydraulic roller camshaft, and forged connecting rods, the L31 wasn't just robust, it was built to endure punishment and keep running. Add in a high-volume oil pump and an optimized cooling system, and you've got an engine that could handle heat, heavy loads, and tough miles without breaking a sweat. These motors regularly clocked over 300,000 miles, and many are still on the road today. The L31 was also the first small block to use vortex cylinder heads, delivering better airflow and efficiency without needing a complete engine redesign, a perfect blend of classic strength and modern tech. Toyota pickup 2.4 liter inline 4. If there's one engine that deserves a spot in the Durability Hall of Fame, it's the Toyota 22R, a 2.4 liter inline 4. So rugged it practically redefined the word indestructible. Built from 1981 to 1995, the 22R powered Toyota pickups that went just about anywhere and never returned on a tow truck. This thing was simple, sturdy, and relentless. With a 5-main bearing crankshaft, a timing chain that could outlast most belts twice over, and a cast iron head that scoffed at abuse, the 22R was designed to go the distance and then keep going. We're talking about engines hitting 900,000 miles, and yes, there are documented cases of 22Rs crossing the 1 million mile mark. No rebuild, no fuss, just oil, gas, and go. Torque wasn't massive, around 140 pound-feet, but it was available down low, making it perfect for crawling, climbing, or daily driving. And the best part, maintenance was effortless. No complicated electronics, no costly sensors, just good old-fashioned mechanical dependability. Toyota originally built the 22R for global use, meaning it had to survive anything from desert heat in the Middle East to icy mountain roads in Canada. And it did time and time again. When people say they don't build them like they used to, the 22R is exactly what they're talking about. Nissan Frontier and Xterra VQ 40DE 4.0 liter V6. When Nissan unleashed the VQ 40D E 4.0 liter V6 in 2005, they didn't just create another engine, they launched a stealth juggernaut. This thing was built to take a 300,000-mile journey and make it feel like a short drive. With 261 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque, it gave the Frontier and Xterra the power to conquer rocky trails, muddy paths, and city traffic without flinching. What made it rugged? Start with a high-strength aluminum block, add a forged steel crankshaft, and top it off with chain-driven dual overhead cams. That means no timing belt replacements, just one less worry. Its timing chain system was virtually maintenance-free, and the high-capacity cooling system kept it cool even when the engine was under heavy load. Whether you were navigating rocks or dodging potholes downtown, the VQ 40DE took it like a pro. Here's a lesser-known fact. The VQ 40DE is part of Nissan's award-winning VQ engine family, the same DNA found in performance cars like the 350Z and Maxima. So yeah, that tough truck engine, it shares roots with some serious performance machines. Bottom line, the VQ 40DE isn't just dependable, it's a polished powerhouse hiding under the hood. Dodge Ram 5.9 liter Cummins 12-valve diesel. If you're talking about iconic diesel engines, the 5.9-liter 12-valve Cummins in the Dodge Ram is an absolute colossus. Built between 1989 and 1998, this juggernaut wasn't just durable, it was a masterclass in mechanical simplicity and raw, unyielding power. Forget high-tech electronics and sensors, this engine kept it classic. With mechanical fuel injection, a gear-driven camshaft, and a 6-bolt cylinder, head clamping system, it was easy to maintain, nearly impossible to destroy, and built to run forever. The inline-6 configuration meant less vibration, smoother operation, and fewer parts to break down under stress. It cranked out 160 to 215 horsepower and up to 440 pound-feet of torque. Depending on the year and model, more than enough for serious towing and hauling. Ford's Super Duty 7.3-liter Power-Stroke diesel. If there's ever been an engine worthy of the title icon, it's the Ford Super Duty 7.3-liter Power-Stroke diesel, produced from 1994 to 2003. This wasn't just a reliable engine, it was a straight-up titan. Built with a cast-iron block, forged steel crankshaft, cross-bolted main caps, and a turbocharged direct injection system, the 7.3 was designed to endure punishment and keep pushing. Under the hood, it delivered 210 to 275 horsepower and up to 525 pound-feet of torque, depending on the year and application. But the numbers only tell part of the story, what really sets it apart. This engine could run over 1 million miles without a major rebuild. Why? Because it was over-engineered. It featured HEUI hydraulic electronic unit, injectors for precise fuel control, a high-volume oil pump air-to-air intercooler, and strong internal components that handled abuse like it was nothing. And here's a little-known fact. The engine's ECU, its electronic brain, wasn't even made by Ford. It was built by Navistar International, the same company that co-developed the engine. That collaboration brought unmatched stability and indestructible reliability. Bottom line, the 7.3-liter Power Stroke wasn't just durable, it was virtually unstoppable. It towed like a locomotive, shrugged off extreme heat and cold, and ran like a hauler on pure grit and no rest. No brakes, no excuses, just raw, relentless power. Jeep Cherokee XJ AMC 4.0-liter inline 6. If there was ever an engine that embodied the spirit of simple but relentless, it's the AMC 4.0-liter inline 6 in the Jeep Cherokee XJ. From 1987 to 2001, this iconic straight six wasn't just a power plant. It was like that loyal comrade who never fails you, no matter how tough things get. With a cast-iron block and had a long 3.4 one-inch stroke and a bore of 3.88 inches, the 4.0-liter made around 190 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque in its peak years. But numbers aside, this engine was all about dependability. Whether you were rock crawling in Moab, plowing through snow in Michigan, or just cruising the back roads, it kept going and going. Want the real stunner? These engines regularly racked up over 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. Mechanics loved its straightforward design, no nonsense, easy to repair. No turbo, no complex electronics, just classic durability. The surprising truth, this engine wasn't actually a brand new design. It was an evolution of the AMC 2.5 4.2-liter straight six from the 70s, modernized with high-flow heads, hydraulic lifters, and electronic fuel injection. In other words, Jeep took classic toughness and made it smarter. Toyota Tundra 2UZFE 4.7-liter V8. The final dependable truck on our list hides a surprising truth under the hood. Meet the first-generation Toyota Tundra, powered by the iconic 2UZFE 4.7-liter V8, an engine that looks modest on paper but delivers world-class endurance where it counts. Built between 2000 and 2006, this engine is a masterclass in over-engineering. With a cast-iron block, aluminum heads DOHC 32-valve design, and multi-port fuel injection, it cranked out up to 282 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque. But numbers don't tell the full story. What made it special? Extra thick cylinder walls, a deep skirt block, a high-efficiency oil cooler, and an advanced cooling system gave it the stamina to handle heavy towing, scorching heat, and high-mile abuse without flinching. It wasn't rare for these engines to hit 500,000 miles and keep going strong. Now here's the surprising truth. The 2UZ-FE wasn't just a pickup truck engine. It was originally developed from Toyota's Land Cruiser V8, designed for military use in brutal off-road environments. Toyota basically took an engine built for global combat duty and dropped it into your weekend hauler. And there you have it, the definitive lineup of dependable trucks, with engines so rugged they make marathon runners look like they're out of steam. These aren't just vehicles. They're milestones in automotive engineering. From heavy-duty towing to long-distance treks, they've earned their place as the most enduring trucks ever to hit the pavement. They didn't just set the standard, they became the standard. Whether you're into classic workhorses or just want a ride that won't falter, these icons prove exactly why they deserve a spot on any list of the best trucks 2025. So the next time you see one of these titans still rumbling down the highway, remember it's more than just a truck. It's a driving testament to indestructible engineering, unyielding reliability, and a whole lot of grit. If you enjoyed this epic ride through the toughest engines in truck history, give us your support, click like, subscribe to the SUV Detective, and share it with your fellow truck enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and remember, icons may fade, but a dependable truck never falters.